Hello and welcome to the Picket Fence Studios YouTube channel. My name is Terry and today I will be sharing this card that I created using supplies from the most recent release. So let's get started. Okay, so here is a look at the 3 layering stencils that we have available in the shop. I will only be using one, but I wanted to show you guys the look of the other 2 sets. So this is the one that I'll be using for this card. This one is called Layered Flaunt Butterfly Stencil, and it comes with coordinating dies. So here I wanted to take it out of the packaging and I wanted to show you what's included. So it comes with one long stencil piece, which you could actually cut into 2. It will make it easier for stenciling. I will show you how to do that later in this video. And it also comes with the inner piece of the butterfly, just in case if you wanted to mask it off and do some ink blending. So here I'm going in with my paper trimmer and I'm just cutting it down the middle of the stencil. You could definitely keep it in one piece, but I like to cut it in half just to make it easier on myself. So if you guys look at the stencil, each stencil comes with 2 little circles on the upper part of the stencil. This 2 stencil is going to help align the pieces together. So the first stencil, you're going to use it and you're going to make sure to ink blend the circle. And then you're going to go in with the second piece and layer it over the first ink blended stencil and align it with the circles just to make sure that everything is nice and in place. So here's a tip as well that I wanted to share with you. When I'm ink blending stencils, I like to place it into my MISTI. So this is a stamping positioning tool and I like it because it has a corner to it. You don't have to use a stamping platform. You could use anything with a little corner that will hold the edges of the stencil together. But if you don't have that, you're going to go ahead and align the circles together like I'm doing here. Okay, so I started off with the first stencil and I'm going in with a light shade of purple. I'm blending that throughout the stencil and you can see here that I'm going in and making sure that I'm blending in the little circles as well. So now removing the first stencil, I am going to go in with the second stencil. And the second stencil has the circles up above and you're going to align that with the first ink blended panel that you created. So you can see here that the circles line together very nicely. So now I'm going in with the smaller blending brushes and I love the small life-changing blender brushes. You could get into all of the nooks and crannies of these little intricate stencils. And I love that it comes in several shapes and sizes. So now going in with different shades of ink, I'm just blending it throughout the stencil. You can't really go wrong here. You could pretty much add any color you want on the stencil and it will come out amazing. But the colors that I chose here are kind of on a jewel tone. So I'm going in with a darker purple, a darker pink, and a darker blue shade. And after I was satisfied with the blending, I went ahead and removed the second layer. As you can see here, it was super easy to do. Just make sure you align the circles on top and your butterflies will come out amazing. Okay, so off screen, I went ahead and did a bunch of it on cardstock. I just couldn't help myself because they were so easy to do. And I am going to go in with the coordinating dies here and I'm running that through my die cutting machine. Okay, so now it's time to create the background. So for the background scene, I am going with an older stencil. This one is called Shadow of Leaves and it's a 6x6 stencil. And I'm going to be using this on white cardstock. So again, going in with my life-changing blender brushes, I'm going in with a green shade of ink and I'm blending that on my card panel. And to add a little more dimension to the scene, I went in with a darker shade of green and just blended that here and there on the card panel. And to create a little more dimension, I'm going in with the Duckling Fuzz paper glaze. And I love this color. It's just so nice and such a light shade of yellow. And I love pastel colors. So I went in and I just applied that here and there throughout the stencil as well. I'm also using my mixed media spatula here, and these spatula are, it's so nice because it's so easy to clean off when you're done with it. And after that was finished, I went ahead and let this dry for about 30 minutes. Okay, so off screen, I went ahead and attached the butterflies onto the card panel. And I'm going in with the darker shade of green that we used earlier, and I'm just blending around the edges just to create a little bit of dimension onto the card scene. And I also went in with a white gel pen to add highlights to my butterflies. Okay, so I wanted to create a little bit of a border behind my card panel. So I created a mat using a purple cardstock that I trimmed slightly larger than the card panel. And I will be adhering this down with liquid adhesive. Okay, so for the sentiment on the card, I am going in with the hello sentiment. This one is actually from the 5x7 double stitch layering rectangle die set. And I love that these sets come with these sentiments in there because you could use it on other types of cards and it's a nice value. So now going in with the hello sentiment, I will be running this through my die cutting machine out of gold foil cardstock. And I did run that through once on gold foil and also about 3 times on white cardstock, just to create some layering dimension. And then I popped that onto the card front using foam squares. So I wanted to add a bit of shimmer to my card panel, and I'm going in with some of the sequins that just came out. So the pink one here is called All About the Pink sequins, and the purple is called All About the Purple sequins. And I decided to go in with the pink sequins and added that throughout the card panel. And to finish off the card, I adhered that to a top folding white card base. And that pretty much completes the card. I hope you guys found some inspiration in this video, and check out the latest release, and everything that I've mentioned or used in this video will be listed down below. Okay, until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye bye.